Beginning with explorers traveling down Africa's coastline and ending with millions of deaths, the history of European involvement in the Congo is a bloody mark on African history that is not well known. The Congo is a region of rich resources, and it attracted the attention of King Leopold II of Belgium, who was looking to acquire his own colony. Leopold II and his subordinates, like Henry Morton Stanley, destroyed much of the culture of the Congo and killed directly and indirectly millions of the Congolese. Today, we're going to look through some of the key figures in the colonial conflict of the Congo to better understand what actually happened.
King Leopold was a man with a plan. Colonizing the Congo was his true goal. According to the book King Leopold's Ghost, it says after ascending the throne in 1865, Leopold was even more restless. He wanted to have a colony for Belgium, and there was pressure from other European powers to go out and explore new territory. According to George Nzangola Talaja in his book The Congo, From Leopold to Kabila, A People's History, King Leopold had resolved to make his private investment a profitable one, so as to raise money for himself and Belgium's economic development. Zangola Talaja saw his actions as state-sponsored terrorism, which resulted in a holocaust of millions of Congolese. But according to Leopold's obituary, he was described as a traveler and well-loved man of Belgium. They look at the Congo Free State as a great piece of land that was colonized peacefully. What we begin to see of Leopold as it relates to the Congo is the underlying fact that he only cared about its value to Belgium. He seemed to only want it for its resources and how that could sustain economic development for Belgium. His obituary suggests that through Stanley, he made peace with the native peoples there.
Henry Morton Stanley represented himself as an incredibly heroic and great explorer in his many journals, books, and newspaper articles. Stanley had accomplishments, but his methods were questionable and his actions led to the deaths of many Africans. Stanley's effect on the Congo was that he promoted colonization for Belgium under King Leopold II. His main goal was to make colonization happen, but not let the world know what was actually going on. Nevertheless, he also wanted people to pay attention to him, and he was known as a celebrity of explorers.
As it says in King Leopold's Ghost, when Stanley went to explore the Congo, he made the strategic mistake of dividing his 800 soldiers, porters, and camp followers into two columns, so that he, with a smaller, faster moving force, would reach Edmund Pasha and accomplish the dramatic headline-catching rescue more quickly.
Later, in King Leopold's Ghost, it's stated that for some months after Stanley's return in 1890, a controversy boiled in England over the loss of more than half the expedition's men and over the atrocities committed under his command. Basically, Stanley was sent by King Leopold to explore the Congo so that he could expand his empire and have control over all the Congo land and people.
George Washington Williams led a varied life, the details of which he liked to embellish. He fought in the Civil War, studied at Howard University, where he became literate, and Newton Theological Institution. He went on to become a pastor, but also founded a national black newspaper and wrote a 2-volume book dealing with the history of black oppression in the United States. All this set him up well for his future work in the Congo, which started when he was meeting with President Arthur and, coincidentally, Shelton Sanford. Sanford, who was lobbying for United States recognition of King Leopold's Congo, inspired Williams' idea to recruit black Americans to work in the Congo with the hope that life there could hold better opportunities. This won him an appointment with King Leopold, but his idea never gained much popularity. Williams eventually came to the Congo to work on his book. His time in the Congo opened his eyes to the Belgians' horrific mistreatment of the native Congolese people. In a response to this, Washington Williams wrote an open letter to King Leopold documenting 12 major grievances. These include things like abuse of treaties, lack of proper schools and hospitals, and mistreatment of women. George Washington Williams was not the only one to pick up on sketchy activity in King Leopold's Congo. E.D. Morrell of the Elder Dempster Shipping Company became privy to discrepancies between what was being shipped to and from the Congo and what was being reported. With the help of humanitarian Roger Casement, he was able to report Leopold's embezzling. Though Leopold was able to sidestep their claims for a while, it has since been revealed that his conquest killed around half of the Congolese population. The causes of this included murder, starvation, exhaustion, exposure, displacement, disease, and reduced birth rates.
Conflict like the violence in the Congo runs deep and has many figures and many influencers. Though people like King Leopold are easily visible and blamable for such atrocities, many more are not. The key to understanding this colonial conflict is to try and understand the mindsets of all sides involved. Understanding and remembering events like this is how we as a society learn and try not to make the same mistakes.